Alright, so this is our game, Gust and Me. Puzzle platformer based around physics-based objects to solve said puzzles. Um, what we see here is some of the puzzles that I actually designed with like some of the teeter-totter. All of this, of course, made possible with our programmer Logan, who made created the program that allows us to move and pick up objects with the blue cloud you see there.
Howdy, hey.
And then character animation was done by Drake.
How am I supposed to
And
do this one again?
yeah, he's struggling.
I don't remember how to do this puzzle.
I made the thing. I don't exactly remember myself. But then we have like environment art made by Michal, who yeah. So I guess we're just gonna go through and kind of comment on stuff as we see it.
Yeah. Yeah, like
So already.
Sorry.
Sorry. Oh, you go ahead.
Okay, so hello, my name is Michael, and I am responsible for the whole environment. What you see, it is inspired by medieval theme. That's why it's like most of it looks stony. So the walls, gates, or doors, all of it. As for now, in a future plan, there can be addition like levels being outside, so some grass parts and stuff. But for now, we have more focus in kind of a dungeon style of environment. So for now, it will be just mostly a stony look of the walls and floors. That was I was responsible for this part of the project. And
Yeah.
I think I can give someone else the chance to speak.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So at least initially, just to help the players understand sort of how to use this ability. At least like this is level 2. The first level was sort of designed to guide the player. This one's kind of giving you some freedom. I just put some ladders and barrels around to help to have the player kind of decide how they want to beat the level. Just kind of show you what is possible within the engine and what is not. And this was made by our programmer Logan.
Yeah, so when we wanted to do programming, there's a couple of issues with everything, like having to pick up objects and such. This is our technically version 2 of the system. The other one, you're kind of able to push the player around, which didn't exactly work properly. And there's probably a better system out there, as currently it uses layers to stop collision with the player, which does fix the issue, but presents some of its own issues that could most likely be avoided with time. Player movement and stuff is actually quite easy. Just getting the axis, as it's just a 2D game, so you don't have to worry about like a Z axis too much. It's just X, Y, and the being able to pick up objects was quite easy as well, as you just kind of get the mouse position, fill it with the said object rigid body, because all objects here you see have a rigid body, so they have gravity, and then it allows you to pull the object around where the mouse, depending on where the mouse is, and when you let go of the mouse, it'll make it nothing, so it'll fall, as you see, as he drops barrels into the hole.
Yeah. I guess we'll say a word on some of the animation here done by Drake, who's been playing the game. Hold on. I made this puzzle. Is it working? It was working last time I looked at it.
It works with the ladder. It's alright.
Oh, I see. Even though it was designed with 5 barrels in mind. Yeah, some of the character animation there.
Yeah, I made the character and the animation.
Yeah. Yeah, so Logan, we're moving on to your levels here. Level 3 and 4 were made by you.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to do more approach with different types of puzzles. As you can see, there's one here. Not the boxes, of course.
Is
But
that a
the
puzzle?
one in the well, it can be a puzzle in its own sense of trying to get up it, but this puzzle down here is only accessible to the cloud player and is designed to kind of provide cooperative teamwork. So you have to pull a ladder platform there to drop the barrel so it can hit the button, and that gets you through the door.
Trying to find all
I
the
don't think
puzzles.
that was intentional.
Yeah. So I tried to tinker around with all the mechanics present in the game to make some new ways to actually experiment with gameplay. And as you can see at the end of the level, if we ever get there, you can see an interesting mechanic that was actually present in the earlier version of being able to pick up objects. But we'll see that later. When,
So wait, am I seeing when you pick up an object, you actually fall through them now?
yes, because it disables collisions on all objects.
And I guess that was the only way really to get around that one glitch where you could just like fling yourself around and finish the level.
Currently,
without-
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You could essentially just fly around.
it uses layers at the moment, which is a bit better system. But I haven't quite figured out how to specifically specify which layer, like which object, you want to alter, as it just gets every object with the same layer.
Oh yeah, also in the background you can hear some music, some bass tones there. That was meant to help kind of give like a sort of dungeon-esque vibe, kind of inspired by like Mario, specifically the underground levels. Now here we see an example of unintentional game design, and where I'm pretty sure that ladder was meant to be used a different way, but
I guarantee.
Yeah, so I originally planned for a linear path of the player going up on the platform rather than underneath. But as you can see, you kind of can just do it how you wish, within the constraints of the level.
and if you certainly wish to make it harder for yourself, you can do that too.
Man, you should
Exactly.
be like that.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah, so the box, well, the pickup, being able to pick up objects issue can get a little annoying at times, but it is, in my opinion, a bit better system currently than it was before. Not sure
Yeah,
if you guys agree or not, but it just
I think so.
I'm seeing the character get stuck in less terrain,
yeah, that was
or just being
That was fun.
flung out into the void.
yeah. So if our game player here, Drake, is able to make it past the party died, we could move on to the last level, talk about that a little bit.
I'm just
But,
trying to display multiple systems, man.
Yeah, he wanted to show the working You wanted to
So,
show us how
this
our
is
respawn system works.
how the system worked last time is to have an object and you try to pick it up and it would fling the player, which basically made it so you could kind of just fly through the entire level without having to do anything. So that's why I moved over to the other object system, but that old one is still present for things like what you just saw, to kind of have a sense of fun. I got it this time. There you go.
Hey.
Yep, I got it.
So yeah, I guess talking about a bit about the player 2, which is the cloud. It is simply just kind of like a particle system that emits around the cursor, so you can kind of see where everything is. And during some playtesting, we got some feedback that it was kind of hard to see where exactly it was. So we added a little cursor in the center, so it's a little easier to see where you're actually picking up objects, especially for smaller sized things like the one you just saw in the puzzle.
Oh,
What?
I was gonna say real gamer time here. Hold on.
Oh my god. I didn't know that one still had the old collision.
Does it still have old collision?
Yeah, the ladder behind the elevator there still has the old collision.
Oh yes, yeah, that's what it was intended for.
Yeah, you kind of need that one for that.
Yeah, so you're able to swap back and forth. The objects you want to pick up, like move around, have the new system, and the ones that you kind of don't want to be able to fling the player around have the old system, so it can still do its stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, the inspiration for this level was similar to that of Donkey Kong. Of instead of kind of going sideways, you're more going up and around. I wanted to also try a couple new things, so that's why you're going up this kind of elevator-esque thing right now, as you see. I was wanting to experiment a bit more with that kind of pushing the player around kind of physics.
Yeah.
And that
tracks.
yeah, so it just is locked on the axes, so it's not really it can't exactly move around, and that also helps a lot with not being able to fling the player everywhere.
Oh, yeah, you gotta knock over the barrel on the far right there. I remember.
Yes,
even
we
when I
got-
was playtesting this.
Yeah, so you got 2 of them
I
there,
was having troubles.
and you made
There
it,
you go. That was level 4.
and that's all 4 levels.
Yeah.
Only the best game of 2023.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we can go on a Steam.
Totally.
Yeah, Michael, you wanna put some input in? You kind of took over the recording a bit.
What I noticed, even the one of us who was playing that now as a review, it was not very clear what to do, and it was causing the being returned on back. So maybe in the future we could add some more. Let's say I could create some kind of tiles with that specific use to give some informations to the player what to do and how, kind of. So player will know, okay, push really fast to the player against the player with the ladder. We will gonna slide you across the entire area, and you will not you will not gonna get killed. and eventually bring back to the beginning of the level. So that was the only thing what I discovered now. What
Yeah.
could be in the future maybe, but yeah, like
Yeah, we
I
have
think
that, but
yeah,
It would just have a simple control screen. It's not very fancy.
I was thinking if we had some sort of clearer indicator between what objects are kind of locked to an axis. So like for that one bit where you have to slide the ladder across the big spike pit and kind of ride across it. If we had put some sort of like little rail or something in the background, or even some of those puzzles that are in the walls, like where you have to earlier where you had to push the barrel to the side to hit the button. Um, if we had maybe used different assets for that to show that hey, these ones are stuck in place, these ones you can actually slide and move around freely.
Yeah.
We really
Something
need
Yeah,
to
like
get
that.
a tutorial level and a way to visually tell which objects are which.
That's yeah. And maybe some more focus on story. I know for like a prototype, it's good that we have what gameplay we do. Maybe some sort of storytelling would have been a little cherry on top.
Yeah, we had originally planned for more levels that expanded into different environments, which added upon the story we were going for.
Which
Right.
was I think what we agreed on in the end was some sort of kid ends up in a castle with a cloud, which is supposed to be the blue thing. With the cloud like beckoning the child into the castle, looking for aid and help. Something.
Yeah, except in a way that sounds a little nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than just cloud abducting a child.
Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, I noticed on what was it, 3 or 4? You did a similar setup where the beam was actually locked in place, right?
It's not fully locked in place, but yeah.
That was not the originally intended means of doing
I
that,
kinda
but I
like
guess
that.
that worked. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, you're using your brain.
yeah, that's
I
the
think
difference.
Thinking outside of the box. That's
I think
Let's
kind of
end
how it
it
was
here so I
intended.
can find that again in the recording.
yeah.
All right.
Our game is great. We did great. Goodbye.